Lesson 2 has been, this one was, oh my God, this one was tough.
Yeah.
But just time, letting things take that time, and just the meanwhile for me has been so hard, because you guys know, like, by the time like I started doing radio, I was doing music. Music has always been my first love.
Yeah.
And so, when I would watch, and this is hard for me sometimes to say, but I've come to a place where I'm just like, okay, I'm vulnerable, I can share these things, and it's not like, I feel bad. But there's people that I started doing music with, big artists now, you know, and when I look back when I was in Canada, and I would just like be watching online, not that I would be jealous, but I would just be like, man, should I make...
Yeah, I would have been,
Exactly.
You question your path.
I questioned my path, and I was like, did I do the right thing? And, is now a good time to maybe make a comeback? And all these questions would just keep like eating at me most times. It just got me to a bad place. But time, and God's timing, which is something that, he's been teaching me over and over. His timing is always perfect. Always perfect, and maybe there's something I was getting there. And I feel like there's a lot. I got a crown.
I know. You got a crown. How about that? What's it like being the most beautiful girl in North America?
Most beautiful Ugandan girl. Correction.
Most Ugandan girls are the most beautiful girls in the world, so that makes you the most beautiful girl in North America.
Exactly. Done. I like this. I don't think it's even about like beauty. And that's one of the reasons why I decided to participate in this pageant. It was, and I mean, Cynthia, you know me, we go way back. Pageants have never been like something that I thought about. Number one, I was just a muji, so and like, I don't really think I'm just like that graceful, and that's what I've always thought pageants to be. It's just like, oh, you need to be like super poised all the time,
and prim and proper and upright.
Exactly, and then you can't just be posting like the way I post, being like a comedian or whatever, just fooling around on social media. But this pageant was just so, they accepted Ugandan women in whatever form you're in.
Okay.
They didn't even ask about like my height. It wasn't an issue. Ugandan women are not, tall. I should say
slim and slender.
We're diverse.
Yeah.
There's curvy women. There's petite women like myself.
Even in the curvy women, there's like subsections. And then on those subsections,
Right.
there's other subsections of the curvy women, of the curve. Like it's.
For example, we are entire spectrum. Womanhood. Let's say woman.
Womanhood. We're amazing humans.
Womanhood. Exactly. And that just, I was like, wow, okay, I like this. And when I read about the pageant, I was like, okay, I think this is something that I would like to be a part of. I liked what they stood for. Leadership amongst women, which is something that's really important for us, especially as African women, so I was like, hey, at first I asked, do you want me to be a judge? Because they asked me, they reached out and said, would you like to participate?
And I was like, that makes sense, because now I've always wanted to ask you, like, did you wake up one day and be like, I think I can do this? Or, did someone have to nudge you to
plant a seed?
Plant a seed. But now that they reached out to you, that makes sense, because
I think they had their eyes all over social media, and they'd heard of like certain women who are doing like different things in their Ugandan communities, which is something that I was doing. When I went to Canada, straight away I was just like, I need to find my community, see what I can do. And I was volunteering with the African Canadian Soccer and Cultural Association.
You were playing soccer, right?
And I used to play soccer in high school too, so that was just like perfect.
You were like, I can do that.
I can do that, but I was also helping them with PR work, and so Miss Uganda saw, all these different things I was doing gigs, and just promoting Uganda as well. And so they said, maybe this girl
can be the one.
I'm going to put a line out there, right? Heavy is the head that wears the crown. Being, like, literally, because when you're, Miss North America, Miss Uganda, there's so much attention that is now suddenly drawn to you. And then now, because, like you said, it's no longer about being the most beautiful girl. It's not just about, the artificial, what is it called? The aesthetic part of
yeah.
it. It's beauty with a purpose, for example, for like Miss
For sure,
Uganda.
yeah.
They model these girls to be role models for other young females and stuff like that. So that comes with a lot of pressure. How did you deal with that, or did you even feel that at all?
I did feel the pressure. I won't lie.
Really?
Because I've never been a beauty queen. That's a whole new territory for me. So I was like, okay, I'm used to like music, but I feel that with my background in like media and like stage, singing, I felt like, okay, if it comes to like public speaking, I won't be too nervous. But just how to carry myself was different, because I'm not used to like.
What do you mean carry yourself? Like the way you walked and the things that you did and what you paid attention to?
Exactly. What I paid attention to is what I was posting, and I'm sure you noticed a change and
a small shift
in Kushe, and not that it was like it was being forced on me, but I had to reconsider.
Like there's so many people who are looking up to me. I need to be careful.
I can't just be, yeah. And I think it was growth for me. It's important that happened in my life because it just launched me on now this person that I am now. Not just thinking about myself, but a collective, women that look up to me. My little sister, who's constantly telling me, by the way, may I look up to you?
Oh, okay. So she's not leaving it to chance, just in case you didn't know.
Just in case.
I am looking up
my
to you.
friend.
Be alert. Stay on the right track.
Yeah.
That must be really hard. Now, when you came back the first time, you'd come. Not even the first. Was it the first time? The time you came back with Miss Uganda North America.
That was the first time that
How long had you been away?
I'd been away 5 years.
Did you receive a cultural shock?
You guys.
A cultural shock from being
No, I'm chatting nonsense. But like coming back, like what was that like for you? Because you weren't just coming back to party, to have a good time. You were coming back to add, to add value to what you're doing, to meet people from different spaces, to interact. You were coming back as a whole representation of Ugandans in North America. So what was that experience like? And even just coupling it with coming and being back home.
It was emotional.